Hi everyone, this is Katy Groves, and this is our Day 7 Healthy Coping Challenge Progress Update. Today marks our 1 week date of doing this challenge, and we already have experienced some amazing positive changes. We have found that our levels of empathy have gone tremendously up. Our ability to be present for others has gone up, and our sleeping patterns have already improved. Until the last few days, for the last several months, we have been struggling with staying up sometimes like 3 or 4 in the morning, sometimes later, on our phone, and then waking up at like 11 or 12 in the afternoon. And that has just been really debilitating for us in our depression or anxiety. It's been really bad. It's been, a whole avoidance thing with staying up on the phone. But the last couple nights, we have found ourselves way less afraid of sleep. We've noticed it the last few days, but specifically last night, we were able to go to bed, I think around 11 or 12, I don't remember, but we woke up naturally at 9:30 and were able to get up and start our day. That is amazing. That is a huge change, and I attribute it to this coping challenge, specifically to the couple of minutes of yoga that I started doing every day. I think I've done it for the last 3 days, maybe even only 2, but I want to say 3. And it just seems to have helped me so much in centering. Just 2 minutes seems to have helped me tremendously. So I'm just going to go ahead and check in like I have been about what I did today and what I'm going to do tonight and tomorrow. So today, the numbers I drew corresponded with yoga, dancing, writing a story, studying Spanish, going for a walk, and playing a game. We were able to do all of these things except for writing a story. Some parts of ours did something little in our head, but we've decided that's too triggering for us right now. So we are going to substitute learning to play the guitar for that. We have a neighbor who has offered to teach us how to play the guitar, and that's something we really want to do. So we're going to substitute that, and we're going to ask him about it tomorrow. For yoga, we did, again, that 2-minute routine. I don't even know if it was, well, actually, I remember we did more than 2 minutes today, I think, and it was really, really healing. It was very comforting and calming. For dance, we weren't able to actually really dance, but what we did instead was we played a song that was activating for some of our alters. Let those alters come forward and start deprogramming them. And part of their deprogramming was to move around how they would naturally, because they had been programmed. And so they started moving to the music and getting into the body. And it was difficult, but it was very healing. For studying Spanish, we just went through our vocabulary flashcards a bit ago. We had some resistance for doing any of that, but we were able to go through some of the flashcards. So we found that we have forgotten some things from when we were practicing every day, but we still remember most of it. For going for a walk, we'd said yesterday in our update that we weren't sure if we'd have time to actually go for a walk itself, but that we would have to go out today. So we would just, in that case, consider our walk walking to the store and back. And so that's what happened. We weren't able to do any other walk. We just walked to the store and back. And lastly, for playing a game, we were able to get on Neopets a little bit. We're not finding ourselves so inclined towards that right now. Our child alters still very much want to play, but we're finding that we just have too much else to do. So we fed our pets, and then if we don't keep up with it for the next couple of days, we're probably going to use some of our hard-earned Neopoints to put them into a hotel. Okay. And lastly, I'll say that some of you may have watched our video on coping with activation and what happened to us today at the grocery store we went to. I'll put a link to that in the description below, and you can consider that an additional part of our update today. For tomorrow, we have drawn reading a non-spiritual book, playing a game, going for a walk, doing our hygiene routine, eating food, and in this case what we're going to do is focus on our nutrition and eating mindfully. So really chewing our food, which we have trouble with sometimes, a lot of times, slowing down and really tasting it, savoring it, thinking about where it came from, etc. And then the last thing we drew was to drink herbal tea, which we're going to do tonight and we're going to try to do tomorrow. We're trying to drink a lot more of the Yogi brand kava tea. It's really healing for us. It's not usually too strong. Sometimes we feel it's a little strong if we drink too much of it and it can actually make us sick. But we try to be really moderate about it and just drink enough to feel a sense of calm. Okay, this was a short update. I guess the last thing I'll say is right now I'm feeling kind of triggered because I got another comment on my walk away video about my thoughts on that movement. That was kind of off-putting. People can be really rude when it comes to political discussions. I'll just say that. Thanks.